Hello and thank you for watching my course about the 248 game. In the previous lecture we have learned how to create and add new UI objects to our scene, and we have created one of each UI element that is available to us, and the most important thing is that all the UIs are either images or text. In this lecture I'd like to introduce you to two other important concepts of working with Unity UI. For this purpose I will create a new scene once again. I'll go to File and hit New Scene. In this scene we will again go to Create and UI. So I can just go and create an empty canvas, like so. Actually there is another method of creating a canvas. I will select Canvas and our event system and I'll hit Delete so that they are deleted from our scene. If we don't have any UI elements in our scene, we can go to Create, UI, and select any of the UI elements available for us. In this lesson I will need a couple of images, so I will select an image, and when I hit Image we can see that Canvas and Event System are automatically created for us. Let us create another image. I will go to Create and create UI image, and one more time I'll go to Create and create a UI image. Now I would like to select different colors for all the images that we have, so I will select our first image. We can go to the inspector, and here in the image script there is this field called color. For this image I can make it red, and I will close this color window. I will select the second image. I will make it some other color that will be different from red. I will make it green. And our last image, I can make it so it's RGB, so let's make it blue, like this. And I would like to set these images apart a little bit. Right now what we get in our scene are these three images, and we see that they overlap and this blue image is rendered on top. So let's check out which one of these images in the hierarchy is this blue image, and this is this last one. The first concept that I wanted to tell you about is this concept of sorting order of our UI. In Unity the only way to control the sorting order of our UI is this order in hierarchy. So basically the first UI elements from the top in our hierarchy are rendered first. So first this red image is rendered, then this green image is rendered, and the last image that is rendered is this blue image. So basically the last elements in hierarchy always appear on top in our game, and the first elements in our hierarchy always appear in the bottom. And there is another very important concept that I would like to talk to you about, is the concept of parenting. If you have previous experience with Unity, you already probably know about parenting. All these three images are currently parented to our canvas, so we can see that there is this little triangle near the canvas in the hierarchy, and I can click on this triangle and this will collapse and we will just see the canvas, the parent game object, and we can once again maximize this canvas so we can see all the child objects. Another way to parent and unparent our game objects is just to drag them around in hierarchy. So I will grab our second image and I will drag it on top of our first image. So right now we can see that the same thing that we had with our canvas happened to our images. Right now this image 1 has the second image as a child. So if I want to drag this green image, we can see that this blue image is moving with it. Just as we parented this blue image, we can just as easily unparent it. So I can grab this image in the hierarchy and I can drag it above our first image, and we can see that it just got unparented. And when we drag it around in our scene, we can see that the game object that we are going to parent it to is highlighted in blue. So right now if I drop my image, it will be parented straight to the canvas. Let's do this. Parenting is a great way to organize our game objects. Another way of adding game objects in our scene is we can just select a UI element. So for now I will select this red image And after we right click, we get the same context menu that also has this UI entry. Let us select and create another image. I will resize it a little bit. So right now we have created another image and it has instantly become the child of our red image. If I'm going to drag the red image around, the white image will follow. And another interesting thing that we can do with parenting is that I can go to our canvas and right click and hit this create empty. What this will do is it will just create an empty game object that is just a rectangle, and we can parent any of the objects that we have in our scene to it. Creating empty game objects is just a way to organize things in our scene. So for example, I can grab this image 1 and I can drag it onto game object, making it a child of our game object, and I can drag our image 2 on top of our game object, making it another child of our game object, even while images 1 and 2 are not in the bounds of our object. If I go to our game object and start dragging it, our images follow this game object, and we can organize them in any way in the bounds or outside the bounds of this game object. Let us now go and save our scene. I will go to File and hit Save Scene, and I would like to save this one also in our folder Test Scenes, and I will name this scene Sorting and Parenting. So in this lecture you have learned important concepts of sorting and parenting of our UI objects. So basically our UI objects are sorted in the same order that they appear in this hierarchy window. The last elements are rendered on top of everything and the first elements are rendered in the bottom of everything. So right now we can see that these red and white images are rendered behind these green and blue images because they appear on top in our hierarchy. And another important concept is this concept of parenting, so that whenever I drag this red image, the white image will follow because it is a child of the red image. We can also create empty game objects that don't have any other components except just an empty rectangle, and we can parent our images to this empty rectangle. So parenting is just a way of organizing game objects on our scene. Sometimes we want UI elements to be bound together, so in these cases parenting makes perfect sense. In the next video we will return to our main scene and we will start assembling our game layout from the sample screenshot. We will use the concepts that we have learned in these videos to add new UI elements to our scene and to parent them properly. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video.